in place? Were you just looking to leave something for the family, or are you just trying to cover those burial expenses?
Just leave it for my boys.
Okay, gotcha. So you just want to make sure if something happens to you, you can leave something behind to, is that Evan? Is that correct?
Yeah, and he would make sure that my other son got his half.
Okay, but we're going to put him down as the beneficiary, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So kind of how we work with Margaret is that we specifically help seniors find the most affordable and reduced rates that they can qualify for statewide. To see how I can help you, are you a smoker at all, Miss Margaret?
I smoke, but I'm fixing to quit.
Oh, me and you both. I can't. Sometimes you can't beat a good Marlboro Red, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's a good age for you, Miss Margaret?
58. I don't know why. I just feel a nudge, to, get my affairs in order.
Gotcha. So you're not really sure why. You just figured it's about time to get your affairs in order. Well.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's really smart.
I don't want my get saddled with information, and my older son wouldn't, be able to put a penny in. So I don't want my younger son to be stuck with all that.
When you say you don't want them to be stuck with it, what do you mean by that? Stuck with what specifically?
As in, my younger son would have to pay for my cremation.
Oh, so you want to make sure that when you die, your cremation's paid for, right?
You see that verbal cue, guys? Oh.
Is that right, Miss Margaret?
Yes.
Okay, so you basically don't have anything. You want to cover your cremation. Now, since you don't have any coverage in place, oh my gosh, Miss Margaret, I mean, if something happened to you, who would it be that would be responsible for sitting down with the funeral director, planning the arrangements, and ultimately paying for your cremation expenses? Who's that going to fall on?
My younger son.
Oh, is that Evan?
Evan, yeah.
Oh my goodness, is Evan in a position where he could come out of pocket $5,000 to $10,000 for your cremation?
I don't know whether he could do it or not.
Oh my gosh, you're not sure if he could do it or not? I mean, if he couldn't do it, walk me through that. What would that look like? What would he have to do?
I really don't know. He'd probably have to use all the funds that he can get hold of.
Oh my gosh, if you really thought about it, what do you mean by use the funds? What funds?
It might put him in debt. He might have to use a credit card and,
So you're telling me if you don't get a life insurance policy and you passed away tomorrow, your son Evan's going to go into debt and he's going to be stuck like having to put all this on a credit card?
It could happen, yeah.
Oh my gosh, how does that make you feel? Oh no.
Not good. That's why I'm looking at.
Oh my gosh, would this be like a weight off your shoulders, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, wow, it sounds like just as a mother, you want to make sure something happens to you that Evan's not put in this terrible, financial position. Is that about right?
Right.
I can hear it. I can hear this, Miss Margaret, in your voice. I really can't. I can hear how important it is to you. Have you been looking around for something like this for a while now, or is this something that you realize you just kind of need?
Yeah, I've been checking different companies.
What?
Checking different.
So I didn't hear you there. Let me. So you have been looking around for some time now. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Wow, you've been checking around at different companies. I mean, you just told me if you passed away that your son Evan's going to be in a bad position. What's been the biggest problem? Is it just not being able to find anything comfortable and affordable for you? What's been going on?
Well, it put him in a bind probably financially.
Yeah. Well.
I.
Yeah. Well, you've been looking at other companies. Has it just been too expensive? Why haven't you put a solution in place?
Why haven't I done it before?
Yeah, is it just too high or something? Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so you've been trying to buy the life insurance, but it's been too expensive?
Yeah, it costs a lot.
Oh my gosh, and you're on a fixed income. What have they been telling you?
I'm on Social Security disability.
Right, and there's no sense of paying hundreds of dollars if you can't even, afford it. What have they been telling you? A couple $100 just for a little bit of coverage?
I think the cheapest one was $43 for $20,000.
Wow.
If you can do that, I might go with y'all.
Gotcha. Why didn't you move forward with that 40,000 for that 20,000 for $42? Why didn't you move forward with that option?
I've got my little envelope ready to go out, but I just thought I'd give y'all a call.
Okay.
So y'all had to.
So you're about to move forward with that policy. That's a great plan. Oh my gosh. But you're trying to find something better, I'm assuming?
Maybe.
So I gotta dive in
I'm
here.
just seeing what's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. What company was giving you that rate? That's incredible.
Yeah.
What company was telling you for $20,000 you can get $42?
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, we work with them too. And for you, Miss Margaret, I can actually give you their rates. Was that one of those term policies or one of those whole life policies?
What's the difference?
Yeah. And that's why I'm kind of worried. Is it okay if I'm honest with you? So for yeah, that's why I'm worried. For $20,000, for $42, that's probably what they call like a term product, which means it's going to expire on you after a few years. Did you want a plan where you pay into it for a few years and it goes away? Or do you want a plan that's going to be whole life?
Always.
You want it always there for you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't send in that money yet, because that's probably... And with them too, they're going to put you in a 2-year waiting period with your health conditions. Are you okay with that? Or would you rather get something with not of a higher waiting period?
Yeah, no waiting period.
Okay, because with them, they typically provide a 2-year waiting period. You don't want one of those, right?
No.
Okay, keep that envelope. Don't send that one in. Now, what we're going to be let me just make sure this is looking good here. Now, you're going cremation route, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all you're looking for is anything from like $5,000 to $8,000 to cover your cremation expenses now and into the future, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you don't need all that. You just want something small because you're on a fixed income, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
But I'd like to leave something. You know,
wow, leave them a little something. Okay. Now we do, is there any other bills or debts that you'd be worried about leaving behind to your precious son?
What now?
Any other bills or debts that you'd be worried about leaving behind him?
No.
Okay, good. Good. So you just want to make sure that's okay. Good. Well, this is looking really good. Everything's loading up here for you. Just curious. I mean, it sounds like, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. It just sounds like as a mother, you want to make sure that, your son Evan's taken care of. He's not stuck with the burial expenses. You're not putting this burden onto him. And most importantly, you don't want a term policy. Have I left anything out?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. And would you say, since you have nothing right now at all, Miss Margaret, would you say having like just a little bit, is that better than having nothing at all?
I don't have anything.
Yeah, would you say having a little bit's better than having nothing at all?
What now?
Would you say having just a little bit of insurance is better than having nothing at all?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? What makes you say that?
Well, I mean, it would help when I die,
Wow.
It's something.
Wow, so even if you had something small, oh wow, that's so thoughtful. Now, I do work with people who are on fixed incomes and Social Security. If I could find you something that's comfortable and affordable here for you, Miss Margaret, would there be anything holding you back from even seeing if we could get you approved here today?
Just my finances. I'd have to wait till I got my check.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't even know if we can get you approved yet, but if we do find you a plan, you just have to set it up for a date where your check comes in, correct?
Yes.
Right, and that's probably the 1st or the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and this, I want to make sure I can add you this discount, so hear me out. I hope you're still following along. I want to add a discount. If I could, just make sure you're in the best position. Do you happen to have one of those like active checkings accounts? Let me add this discount on.
What?
You said yeah.
What?
Do you have like an active checkings or savings account so I can apply this discount?
I've got a Chime account.
Okay. Oh gosh, good. That's gonna save you money. Good. Okay, now what we're gonna be looking at here, and I hope you're still with me. This is really important. Is whole life insurance. And you let me know if this is exactly what you are looking for, Miss Margaret. It's something where that monthly payment is never going to go up. The coverage amount will never go down, and it's something that will never expire. It's going to be there for your whole life so that you can go to bed knowing that no matter what, Evan's taking care of. Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay, good. Well, I plugged in all your information, Miss Margaret, and you got to hear this. You are eligible for the best option statewide out of all 26 companies. It's with a company called Gary. Have you heard of them before?
I think I have.
Yeah, you probably have. They've been in business since 1936. I mean, talk about an old insurance company. And they're A-rated, which means that they pay out their claims within 24 to 48 hours. And Miss Margaret, I want you to understand this. They're also backed by the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating, okay? Pause.
Okay.
Now, here's the biggest thing. This is why no matter where you look, it could be with Globe-Like, it could be with Colonial Penn, it could be with Gerber. This company is the only company with your future thoughts and your current health conditions that will not make you wait one of those full 2-year waiting periods. So with your medical conditions, such as that lymph node on your lung and your lymph, like, if that's this is why they're going to be this company. They're not going to put you in a full 2-year waiting period, okay? They do things differently. Can I explain that to you? So, if something were to happen to you, like with this company, if you pass away in the first 12 months, due to natural causes, you're going to get all your money back plus 5%. But if you pass away from month 12 to 24, you're going to get 50% of your face value. And at any time you passed away due to an accident, you're going to get that full policy payout. Do you just, oh my gosh, do you just see how important that is?
Yeah.
Does that make sense for you?
You're talking about accidental death?
Yeah, so this policy does come with accidental, but do you understand how the payout works, how it's better than like all the other companies?
Yeah, it seems like it is.
They're not going to make you wait like that long 2-year period without like, they're going to give you the most bang for your buck inside that 2-year window. Does that make sense?
They're going to do what now within that 2-year window?
They're going to pay out the most. So in your first year, if you died from year 1 to year 2, year month 0 to month 12, you'll get all your money back plus 5%. But from month 12 to 24, you get 50% of your face value of the policy. Compared to other companies, they would just return your money back and give you a little bit of percentage on top. This is the most that you can get your son if something happens to you in the next 2 years. Do you see that?
Yeah, how much does that be for me?
Yeah, I'm actually getting to the prices here in a second. So I want you to know this before we go into the prices. We can go up, we can go down, and we can go sideways. We just have to work together. It's me and you versus the world, Miss Margaret. We have to make sure we can find you something that's affordable and comfortable for you. So what we're looking at first is the starter program. Put that down, text yourself starter program, okay? This starter program is, what this is going to do for you, Miss Margaret, is the most important. Because the other plan that you talked about with the $42 for 20,000, that's a term policy. We don't want that term policy, right?
Right.
We want something that's whole life. Say it with me. I want whole life, right? So this is the 5,000 cremation plan. If you died tomorrow, this 5,000 would be just enough to make sure that your cremation is taken care of. Now, I'll be honest, it's not going to leave anything extra, but it's going to make sure that you can go to bed at night. Like you told me earlier, that you want to finally put a solution in place. You want this burden off your shoulders. You don't want your son Evan ever stuck with this because he doesn't even have the money to pay for it. This 5,000 solves that problem. The $5,000 plan is they're actually giving you the $1 a day discount. The $5,000 is $30.33 per month. Okay, I pitched too low.
Okay.
Now the next option, this is what most people do, and if I was in your shoes or you were my mom, I say, Mom, this is probably the plan that you should go with. The 10,000 is what's called the most common program. So still follow me here. So the 10,000 is going to cover all your burial expenses, cremation, fully covered. From now to the next 50 years, this plan will cover your cremation. And it's going to leave Evan a little of an I love you gift. If you just want to make sure you can leave him $3,000 to $5,000 behind as that last I love you gift, so that he's taken care of and he's put in that position, and that you can go to bed at night knowing that he's never stuck with any of this, the $10,000 plan comes out to its whole life, $56 a month. Okay?
56?
Yes, ma'am. For the 10,000 whole life. You got that?
Yeah.
Now the last option is the 20,000. I don't really recommend this, but they make me tell you because you might want all this coverage for the whole life. This is the if you were my mom, I say, Mom, you probably don't need all this insurance. But the 20,000, that's to cover all the future inflation. It'll cover all your cremation expenses today, in 30 years, and also leave Evan about $5,000 to $10,000, probably $10,000 left over. I don't think we should start here, but the 20,000 to $107.83 per month. Okay? Now, Miss Margaret, our biggest challenge is to see if we can even get you qualified. But as a mother, do you feel like we should just go with the 20,000 or the 10,000? What would give you the most peace of mind?
Well, I really wanted to get 20,000.
Okay, and that 20,000, we can do that. That 20,000 for the 107.83 a month, is that comfortable for you?
For how much?
The 20,000 of whole life is $107.83 per month. Is that comfortable for you?
No, it's a little bit high.
Okay, so that's a little too high for you. So can I make a suggestion, since that's too expensive for you? Can I tell with you what most of my seniors are going to do in this case?
What?
How about we do this, since you're thinking of making sure that your son is taken care of? There's no sense of getting a policy that you can't keep, right?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, so how about we do this, because your family's important to me, and Evan needs you to make this decision to make sure he's taken care of, because you told me he doesn't have any money. So what if we just started with the 5,000? That covers your cremation. That's $30 a month. Is that okay if we start there?
Yeah.
Oh, is that going to be comfortable? $1 a day to make sure Evan's okay. Does that give you peace of mind?
Yeah, you said $31 a month?
$30.33.
Okay, and how much? 5,000?
Yeah, it's the cremation. So when you lay your head at night tonight on your pillow, you can know, hey, I covered my cremation. Evan's not going to be in a really bad position. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Now, we're not starting anything today, so don't get worried. We'll push it out to the 3rd of the month. Does that sound fair?
Okay.
Okay. Now, to see how I can best help you, do you want to put a middle initial in the policy? Or do you want to leave that off?
Do what now?
Do you want to put a middle initial in the policy, or are we going to leave that off?
A middle initial?
Are we going to, yes.
For who, Evan or me?
No, we're going to fill out the policy for your policy. Do you want to put your middle initial on the policy?
My middle initial?
Yeah, what is it?
M.
M. M or N?
M is in...
Mary.
Marvel.